Study shows 76% drop in flying bug populations. Bugs, while icky, are critical to nature, and new research indicates they might be in decline. The research looked at the biomass of flying insects inside 63 German nature reserves. It found that between 1989 and 2016, the reserve's total flying insect population had declined by an average of 76%. The cause of the massive drop is unclear, but the fact the insects vanished at such a high rate has scientists concerned. The researchers say their findings could be representative of other areas around the world. Nature needs bugs, and we need nature. And if there's no nature, well, the planet becomes Mars 2.0.
This'll make your skin crawl. Periplanta americana, the American cockroach. These pests can be found in sewers, walls, beds, floors, cereals, and all sorts of nooks and crannies. And going by a video from electronic repair experts Tronix Fix, they also nest inside PlayStation 4s. According to Gizmodo, who spoke to several repairmen about the problem, it's more common than you'd expect. And before all you PS4 haters begin your trolling, it's worth mentioning cockroaches have been found in other consoles as well, okay? But the PS4 is apparently choice accommodation, as the vents are ideally located for the bugs to come and go as they please. The power supply is warm enough to keep the bugs feeling toasty. They do eventually get zapped by the inner workings of Sony's console, but then their corpses and poop melt into the hardware. Apparently, the roaches nest, grow up, poop, mate, have babies, which then themselves all grow up and mate and have babies and poop. And this insect orgy, poop and death cycle goes on and on until your PS4 just can't take the horror anymore and taps out. What's worse is that Sony reportedly won't repair bug-ridden PS4s, but several independent repairmen like Tronix Fix will. Kissing bug disease may cause more deaths than previously thought. A new study has found that Chagas disease may have been underreported as a cause of death. The study, conducted by researchers in Brazil, followed subjects for up to 14 years. Those with Chagas were 2 to 3 times more likely to die and 17 times more likely to develop cardiac disease. Chagas disease is transmitted by the triatomine bug, which is called the kissing bug because it bites sleeping humans near the eyes and lips. Kissing bugs defecate in or near the broken skin when they feed, transferring the Trypanosoma cruzi parasite into the bloodstream. Chagas causes flu-like symptoms that subside after a few months, but it can reappear years or decades later as heart disease. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimate that there are 300,000 cases of Chagas disease in the U.S. Most of these cases were contracted in other countries. The authors of the study found that Chagas was not reported as a cause of death in 42% of people in the study who died from cardiac disease, suggesting it has been underreported as a cause of death. Chagas has been identified by the CDC as one of 5 neglected parasitic infections that require public health action. Kissing bugs have been reported in 28 U.S. states, mostly in the South. Millions of bacteria-infected mosquitoes to be released in Fresno. The life sciences arm of Google's parent company Alphabet plans to release 20 million bacteria-infected mosquitoes in Fresno, California, in hopes this will wipe out the mosquito population that could potentially be carrying the Zika virus. The company uses larval rearing robots to raise Aedes aegypti mosquitoes with the naturally occurring Wolbachia bacteria. The mosquitoes are then separated into females and males to ensure only the males are released. When the infected males mate with female mosquitoes, any eggs produced will not be able to hatch, thus eliminating the wild Aedes aegypti mosquito population. About 1 million infected male mosquitoes will be released in Fresno over a 20-week period. The mosquitoes will be released by specially designed vans in 2 300-acre neighborhoods. Other technology companies in the U.S., including Microsoft, are also developing automated and robotic ways to improve the way we can combat mosquitoes. Well, that's one way to turn vegetarian. Meat lovers across the U.S. are suddenly finding themselves allergic to meat, all thanks to a pesky little bloodsucker. A bite from a Lone Star tick activates an allergy to the carbohydrate alpha-gal and causes the body to overproduce immunoglobulin E antibodies. Alpha-gal is found in the cell membranes of most mammals and is abundant in pork, mutton, and beef. Eating red meat triggers a reaction that manifests hours later, with symptoms ranging from itching and hives to stomach cramps and even anaphylaxis. So if you're unlucky enough to get bitten, it's sayonara steak and bye-bye bacon. Poultry and seafood, at least, are still safe to eat, unless, of course, you just happen to be allergic to that too. The spread of meat allergy-triggering ticks used to be limited to states in the southeastern U.S., but rising temperatures have caused ticks to spread northward and westward. Scientists have yet to figure out exactly how the tick sends antibody production into overdrive, but suspect it may be something in the insect's saliva. While the allergy currently has no known cure, symptoms may recede over time. For now, it's best to just double up on bug spray and hope to the meat gods you don't get bitten.